Hey everyone, Maka here, playing High on Life 2, and in this video, I'm going to take you through each and every missable achievement/trophy that you can get during your playthrough of High on Life 2. I'm going to take you from the very beginning of the game through to the very end, and if you do everything I talk about in this video, you will finish your playthrough with 1,000 Gamerscore or that Platinum Trophy. For the most part, consider this video a little bit of a summary. I have separate videos for everything I talk about that go more in depth if you need extra details. Find those in my High on Life 2 playlist linked in the description below. The first missable achievement/trophy happens very early on in the game during the introduction, about 5 minutes in, and it's called Bountilogical Studies PhD. It's going to be awarded for visiting all of the exhibitions at the Bounty Hunter Museum. Just make sure you click all the little red buttons around until it unlocks. The next missable achievement/trophy, also in the introduction, this one's about 15 minutes into the game, is called The Good Ending, when you meet your sister Lizzie in the aviary at the zoo. This is for triggering a fake secret ending, and all you need to do after your conversation with her is sit there and do nothing. After some time passes, you should be able to attack Lizzie, and then this will trigger a fake out ending, unlocking the achievement or trophy. The next bounty you should do is for Larry Pinkston, and this one has 3 achievements or trophies that can be missed. The first one available being Dunston Has Checked In. During the mission, you'll reach a mandatory section where you have to use a laser to navigate a maze, and you have to do that maze flawlessly. Should you make any mistakes, just pause and load your last checkpoint to try again. You have to make it from beginning to end without hitting any of the paintings inside of the maze. Your next missable achievement/trophy is called Columbo in Space, and this is rewarded for solving the murder mystery perfectly. I'm not going to go too in-depth into this, but to do this, you'll need to collect all of the evidence in the room, talk to all of the people, and then you'll be able to accuse O.B. Oberon of committing the murder, and you'll have to answer the questions correctly in order to make your blame justified. Once that's complete, you'll be able to grab this achievement, load the last checkpoint should you make a mistake. Last but not least, at the end of this bounty, we can grab Witness the Burning Bush. This happens at the very end of the boss fight. Once Craig dismounts his little dragon friend, you'll have to grab one of the turtles off the ground and burn him with it in order to unlock this. The next bounty is for Senator Muppy Doo, and this one is a little bit longer, but actually has no missable achievements or trophies. You will get some that automatically unlock as you progress, though. The next bounty you'll likely do is for Finance Wizard James Stevenson, which has 2 missable achievements/trophies. The first one being All Your Vase Are Belong to Us. For this one, you'll meet a character named Apple. You'll be navigating a little bit of a Lost Woods type forest, and here you'll have to smash all of his vases. You'll have to go through the doors in the correct order. If you take a wrong exit, don't worry. Quickly pause your game and load the last checkpoint to try a different one. The order of the doors will be left, right, left, but again, restart the checkpoint if it doesn't work out that way for you. The next one during the James Stevenson bounty is called Why Do You Know All That Stuff? This one takes place when you reach a drawbridge. You will reach a giant wizard hologram, and here you'll have to complete a tax code quiz. You have to get all of the answers perfectly, which are top, bottom, bottom, middle, top, middle. After getting all 6 of them done correctly, the achievement should unlock. Reload the last checkpoint if you make a mistake. Next, you'll do a bounty that begins with a dinner with your mom, and then you'll go and find your dad at a resort in Wyoming. During this mission, there are no missable achievements or trophies per se, but there is a missable collectible you have to grab, or else you will not be able to complete the game. It's a hidden transmission. After a little bit of a mini boss battle, before you leave the building at night near the end of the mission, you'll be able to jump up on the bookshelf on the right, jump up to a ledge, go through a vent, and find your first of 3 hidden transmissions. After completing the dinner with your mom activity, you'll have a lot of opportunities here to get a bunch of achievements or trophies in the open world, and I would recommend doing them now before you start your next bounty, starting off with Nice Day with Jeppy. Now that you have access to the zoo, approach the gift shop. Here you'll be able to spawn Jeppy, and then you'll just need to follow him and complete the activities with him, which are taking him to the petting zoo, completing hide and seek, and then taking a photo opportunity with him. This takes about 5 or 6 minutes, and as always, reload the last checkpoint if you make a mistake. Also, if you need more details, I have a separate video going over this that's about 5 or 6 minutes. Now that we have a weapon known as Travis and Jan, we can also find our second hidden transmission of the game in the open world of Circuit Arcadia. You can go to the top middle kind of area, and here you'll be able to reveal a secret room behind a truck. You'll lift that truck up to find a door, and then if you solve that puzzle, after you solve it at the very end behind the door, you can find your second transmission.
You have my permission to continue.
The next achievement or trophy I'd recommend you go for is called Fare Thee Well. Inside of Circuit Arcadia, you can find a taxi driver. I'm going to talk about him a little bit later in the next achievement we go for. But for this first time, we're just going to talk to the taxi driver. He's going to set us up with the taxi ball, which will allow us to complete little taxi side quests around Circuit Arcadia. For this, all you need to do is fail one of those side quests by letting the timer run out, and then take your passenger to a porta potty to flush them down, unlocking this achievement or trophy. Next, you should go for Ball in the Family, which is for unlocking the ball gun. I'm going to go pretty quickly over this. If you need a more in-depth guide, I have a separate video that's multiple minutes long. But basically, for one of the balls, you need to talk to the taxi guy in Circuit Arcadia and complete at least 5 taxi requests, aka deliver 5 passengers. They'll just randomly spawn in the city, and he'll give you a ball guy at the end of that side quest. For another ball guy, what you'll need to do is you'll need to go to Pinkline Harbor. Near the middle of the map where the coastline is, you can talk to a dude and help him get his fishing rod. With the fishing rod, you can go to the Circuit Arcadia Zoo. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can find a fishing spot, and in this fishing spot, one of the gold unique fish is a ball guy. Last but not least, you can go to Pinkline Harbor. Now that you have the Bowie gun, you can go to the club called Liquid Nights, and you'll need to use Bowie to gain access to the front door. Once inside, you can go to the dance floor and compete in the competition to get a dance high score. If you do that, you'll be able to get your third ball guy. Take all of your ball guys back to your quarters and assemble the gun in order to unlock this gun and the achievement or trophy. Next, we can get Throne of Games for collecting the 6 game cartridges. Again, I'll go over this pretty quickly. I have an in-depth video if you want to take it a little bit more easily. 1 game cartridge can be found inside of the quarters on an arcade machine. A second one can be found inside of the movie theater of Circuit Arcadia. Go through the door and up the ramp to the left. The third one can be found inside of the Circuit Arcadia Mall, inside of the Spencers, and can be purchased for 5,000 credits. The next one can be found inside of the Circuit Arcadia Comedy Club called Chuckle Nuts and will require you to have the creature weapon. The 5th one can be found inside of the Liquid Nights nightclub. Inside of the bathroom, you'll be able to go into the stall at the end and talk to someone to unlock Bible Adventures. Last but not least, you can find one in the zoo in the human exhibit near the Bounty Hunter Museum. This one, you'll be able to take a lug box and solve a few puzzles to open up a metal box that has a arcade machine inside. You can also go to the quarters, and here you'll be able to find a ball pit claw machine, and you can unlock the Where's Maris achievement / trophy. Just keep playing this machine until you unlock a total of 7 unique pillow rewards. I've kind of found that it seems random. Just keep playing until this eventually unlocks. Took me about 10 minutes. After completing all of those open world activities, let's go back to a couple of bounties, starting with Bronkin Bucko. Here you can get the Starstruck achievement / trophy by basically doing nothing. Just go up to Buckin Bronco, stand there and wait for about 5 or 6 minutes until he gives up and joins forces with you to get Starstruck done. If it doesn't work out in your favor, load that last checkpoint. The Professor Berkel bounty has 2 important things you can do. The first one we'll focus on happens near the beginning of the bounty, and it's for finding the 3rd and final hidden transmission of the game. When you're set off to go and disrupt all of the scientists, instead go to the tent in the far back right. Here you'll be able to find a switch. Follow the cable to a green door that opens up, and here you'll find your 3rd and final transmission, getting an achievement for those collectibles. Also, at the beginning of the Professor Berkel bounty, you can grab number 1 scientist. One of the 3 scientists you'll need to interrupt has some vials, and you'll need to drink one of the vials for him to stop his experiment. Before you move on, just keep talking to him and keep drinking his vials until you drink all 4 of them to unlock the number 1 scientist. Before you start the next mission of the game, which is the final mission, you have to do something very specific, and I have a separate video if you want extra details, but for the Ankhs for the memories, we have to complete all 3 of the escape rooms and then sign the newsletter at the end of the escape rooms. So you have to do this before you do the final mission. You can find this location in Pink Line Harbor near the bottom left corner of the map. Once you reach the escape rooms and go inside, you actually can't leave until you figure all of them out. They are pretty simple. And a key moment is that at the end of the escape rooms, you must sign the newsletter before you leave. If you don't sign the newsletter, you won't get the secret ending at the end of the game, and that is what the Ankhs for the Memories achievement is about. This is part 1, as we won't actually unlock the achievement until much later, but this is required before you start the final mission. Next, there are some optional activities that I believe you can do before or after the final mission. These are non-missable collectibles, starting with all 21 of the wanted posters available in the open world to get you the unwanted achievement/trophy. I have a separate video for all 21 of their locations. You can get them now or after the game is done when you mop up. Another collectibles achievement in the open world is called Tanks for the Memories, and for this one you have to get all 37 of the unique fish. So take your fishing rod and visit all of the fishing locations. I think there's about 10 of them. You have to collect all of the unique fish, which I think there's 37 of. The achievement has tracking. You can mop this up after the final mission, but you can also get it done before. Another thing you can do in the open world is Phony Hawk for completing 3 races in each of the 3 hubs for a total of 9 races. These are done by talking to the slug and accepting his races. They show up on the map as a skateboard icon, and you do not need to get the S rank in order for these to count. You just need to finish them with any rank, including C rank, and this also has tracking. Once you complete the 9 races, it'll unlock. Another open world related activity you can do is for the Skatepark activities. There are 3 Skatepark activities, each one having 3 challenges. You have to do all of them. You can find the locations at the beach, at the Riverwalk, and at the zoo. The challenges are fairly simple. All you need to do is collect all of the letters before the timer runs out. And I would recommend not restarting the last checkpoint here, as it can get a little glitchy. Just wait for your timer to end and then try the challenge again. Next up, during the final mission, which is the Nipulon bounty, after you engage with Nipulon using the bounty hunter machine, you'll be entered into a courtroom. During the courtroom, you don't have a lot of time, but you have to make 2 baskets with the pieces of paper that are crumpled up. All you want to do is aim at the flag, use full power, and that should be a basket. Hit 2 baskets in order to get the Kobe achievement/trophy. Next, we can grab the Ankhs for the Memories achievement/trophy. This is part 2 and requires you to have completed part 1, which was the 3 escape rooms, plus signing the newsletter. If you do that, after the post-game credits, you'll get a secret ending where you will leave the party and you'll find an Ankh symbol on the ground. This will reveal that the entire game was just an escape room. It's a fake-out ending with Twilly, and then once this ending rolls, you'll get your second post-game credits, and this will unlock the Ankhs for the Memories achievement/trophy. Last but certainly not least, if you've been following this video, there are 2 more things you need to do. The first one is to drop a like on this video so that other people know it's a good one, and the other thing is to grab the 8-Bit Warrior achievement/trophy. After you complete the game, you'll respawn in the quarters, or you can visit the quarters if you're doing stuff in the open world. Go to your bedroom using the elevator. On top of your bed, you'll find a game cartridge for the game called Bounty Hunters. Then you'll take that game cartridge, go downstairs to the arcade machines, and plug in this game cartridge for the 8-Bit Warrior achievement to unlock. Hopefully you now have your full 1000 Gamerscore or your Platinum Trophy, and you've also subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show, and hopefully I see you soon. Peace.